My name is Chester Cooper. I'm the Deputy Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, Minister responsible for tourism investments and aviation.
Okay, so Mr. Cooper, as the Deputy Prime Minister, the Minister of Tourism there in the Bahamas, first question is: what are the key takeaways you might want to bring back to the Bahamas by attending such a massive event such as the WTTC?
I think this is a phenomenal event, really, that helps us to refocus our strategies for the way forward. An opportunity to collaborate with partners to look at the trends in the tourism and travel industry and really help us to bring greater global visibility for the Bahamas. So we like to attend these events really to really have great camaraderie with our travel partners and our peers and fellow ministers from around the world. And this is an opportunity to do that in a global way. There's no better forum to do it than WTTC.
The Bahamas is known for its pristine beaches and world-class hospitality. What are new offerings or developments can international travelers expect from your country in the near future?
Well, we still have the world-class beaches and hospitality, and never to be forgotten. We're building even more around this. We are getting into space tourism with an agreement with SpaceX. This is going to position us globally in the aerospace business, taking us our space in the world, to use a pun. But the reality is that this is going to be big for tourism, for launches and re-entries, and tourists will be able to come from around the world and watch this. We also focused heavily on sustainability, sustainable tourism. We're advancing and promoting what we've done for many, many decades. The world is catching up with sustainable tourism. We call it ecotourism. We have a lot of new initiatives that we are advancing. We have fly fishing, for example, which is a catch and release where we're preserving the species for future generations. And of course, we have coral feeder in Grand Bahama Island that's really growing coral reefs on land. We're doing a lot of preservation and regeneration of mangroves. We live in a hurricane belt in the Bahamas, as the world would know. Hurricane Dorian impacted us severely in 2019. Our Prime Minister, Philip Davis, has become a champion in the world for climate mitigation. And therefore, we are marrying all that we do in tourism with the work that he's doing in the climate change space. So we are pressing forward, continuing to build around the absolute beauty of our islands, the waters and the beaches and the sun and the sand, but we're offering so much more. Romance and honeymoons have been a big business for us without really showing the world the breadth and the width of the level of service and features that we have in the Bahamas.
Tourism is a vital part of the Bahamas economy. Can you speak about the economic value of tourism in your country and how the government is ensuring its resilience and continued for growth?
Tourism accounts for upwards of 60% of our GDP, and more than 50% of direct employment comes from tourism. This is significant. We say that tourism is everyone's business in the Bahamas. It's not just a slogan to create awareness, but it's true. The linkages that we find with tourism really stretch throughout the economy. We attract investments to our country, and most of these investors come to our country as tourists. So this is a feeder and a gateway for our investment business. We have built significant infrastructure to accommodate our 12 million visitors as we anticipate receiving this year. So tourism has been good for infrastructure development. It's been good for innovation, of course, jobs and business opportunities, and the more revenues we have in the fiscal coffers also parallels with the tourism business as well. Unemployment is at its lowest levels in the Bahamas. That's driven primarily by tourism. So when you look at the economy of the Bahamas, we see a heavy reliance on tourism. We are creating linkages with other industries, but tourism continue to be the bread and butter of our economy.
Another question is, one of the focuses of the summit is digital innovation and tourism. How is the Bahamas leveraging technology to improve your tourist experiences?
Well, we've talked earlier about our memorandum of understanding with SpaceX. We think this is a huge initiative in terms of really using space technology, marrying it with tourism, and really creating an opportunity there for science and technology development for research, but also in the tourism space, an opportunity for persons to come to our shores to witness this. So starting with that at a very high level, we integrate the use of technology through using AI. Bahamas.com is really a machine that's really been very significant for us in terms of lead generation, in terms of curating experiences for our guests. We're launching smart cities all across the country in our 16 island destinations that will make it easier and more convenient for our guests really to enjoy the islands of the Bahamas through the use of technology. Of course, for seamless travel, we are implementing at the moment a digital immigration entry card. We're looking at an ETA for e-visas, although we have more than 80 countries that require no visas to come to the Bahamas, and another 30 in development. But for the ones who do, we want to make it easier, and therefore we're looking at ETAs as well. And of course, we want travel to the Bahamas to be seamless, frictionless, easy, and secure. And therefore, we're using all forms of technology to improve our overall guest experience. But notwithstanding advancement in technology, we recognize that this is a people business, and therefore the warmth of people and the hospitality of our country will always be at the forefront of anything that we offer.
I guess my last question to you is, how important is this event to the industry?
I think it's an opportunity really to come together, have a meeting of the minds for international best practice for the travel and tourism business. UNWTO for World Tourism Day talked about tourism and peace. An unusual combination, it seems, but when we think of the great value of the tourism business in bringing people together, in sharing of heritage and culture and breaking down of barriers and borders, WTTC is doing likewise. We have people here from all around the world, from the Caribbean, where I'm from Asia and Africa, from all of the continents of the world. So tourism is playing a key role in breaking down barriers, but also sharing best practices for travel and tourism for the world, and building friendships as we do it.
Minister, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Good to be here.